Hello and welcome back to a crazy little thing called Lovdev. Now, this week's episode is so long, I honestly don't know where to start. It was one of those Reddit stories which was unbelievably long. I generally had to use ChatGPT to summarize it before I could even read it out. I mean, halfway through, I was like, no, this is just too long. I can't read anymore. Don't worry though, you still get all the drama without needing to put your life on hold. We have got a confession from someone with a very unusual obsession that might just make the world's nicest vigilante. We have another classic British problem that takes a disappointing turn, all to do with parks. And of course, today's weird news, let's just say, it's probably the future, but hopefully not for long. What are you on about? Let's get down to it. Episode 231, The Never-Ending Baby Shower. Hello, hiya, how are you guys? Hope you're all well. Yeah, I'm alright, not too bad. Just another day, another dollar, as we say in Britain. Why do we say another day, another dollar? We don't use the dollar, we use pounds, don't we? Another day, another pound. Doesn't really rhyme, does it? Doesn't sound right. Another day, another sterling. Another day, another penny. No. Another day, another quid. No, still doesn't go, does it? Well, it is another day for you guys. It's another day for me. What happened to England, eh? England lost the game. Not going to talk about football too much. I don't watch football. I don't support a team. I do watch the World Cup if it's on the telly and there's nothing else to do. Watch the England game. Oh well. When Argentina scored the second goal, I just turned the telly off. I said, that's it. It's all over now. Forget it. There's no point watching it anymore. Let me go and play on my PC. Let's play some computer games. It's literally what I've done. It's what I've been doing all week, to be honest with you. I've not done a lot. I mean, I did a gig yesterday. Just remembered now. Did a new material night in Birmingham, which was in the Jury Quarter, a venue called the Thousand Trades. When I walked in, it was busy, man. It was a warm day. It was quite hot in the room. I was asked to go on after the break, and I said, yeah, that's fine. So there was 3 acts on at the beginning, and I think they just soaked up all the laughter. Most of them did. And half of the audience left. I say half. I'd say 90% of the audience left. So when I got on stage to try new material out, there must have been about 10 people. So I can't really judge it on that. I don't know what bits worked. There were some that they laughed at. I'm going to have to listen back to the recording. But I always end up taking my camera to film myself. I always film my gigs now. And I couldn't believe it. I forgot the memory card again. I keep doing that. I keep leaving my memory card at home. Now I feel like I should just buy a backup memory card, but they're so expensive. I can't be bothered to buy another one. Maybe I should. Maybe I should keep a spare one in my bag just in case. Maybe like a smaller one, a smaller capacity that can record, I don't know, up to 20 gig, 50 gig, whatever it is. I'll have to see. I'll see what I can do. That's been my week, in all honesty. I'm still without a car, believe it or not. My car's in the garage. It's been there for over 2 weeks. I've been trying to chase up my mechanic, and he keeps ignoring my calls. And then he messages me after like 10 days and goes, sorry, Dev, I've been busy. This is wrong. DPF apparently is wrong with the car. So they've got some kind of cleaner to sort it out. So not like a cleaner that comes round to your house, like a liquid bottle. I think. I don't know what it is, to be honest. They've got to sort that out. It's still there. I could do with having my car back today because it is the weekend for me and I need the car. I've got a wedding tomorrow as well, so that's another reason why I need the car. family wedding. My sister-in-law, who lives in Telford, is getting married to her boyfriend. So it should be a nice wedding. So I'm looking forward to that. We had a pre-party last week, which is basically an Indian tradition that we do before the wedding day. It's kind of like a blessings thing. So that was on Saturday gone. So yeah, I've got the wedding coming up, and that's about it. Not many gigs, in all honesty. Another weekend without gigs. I feel like it's really pinching me now. I've been offered something in Scotland, though. It's a corporate event, but it's so far away. It's about 5.5, 6 hours away from me if I drive, which is a long way. And I thought, could I fly there? I can fly there. I mean, what? Flying to Edinburgh is only like 30 minutes, I think, maybe 40. It's not far at all in an aeroplane. So I am tempted. Maybe I can just fly up there, get the train to the gig, do the gig, see if I can get a flight back on the same day, if possible. If not, I'm going to have to end up staying a night somewhere and then catching the plane the next following morning from Edinburgh Airport. So I'm going to have to see what I can do, but I'm not. It's one of those. I might have to confess to them to say that I can't do the gig. They're probably waiting on my reply. I mean, I'm thinking of charging over a lot. I'm charging a lot of. I was just going to tell you what the fee's going to be, but it's in the 4 figures range. Why not? It's so far away. I've got to pay for travel. Got to make something, and it's a corporate event, so it doesn't even matter. So talking about confessions, which is that was meant to be. Let's do a proper one. It's time to do confessions. Ready to preach. I'll get the glen. And I don't know what I just said then. It is a confession by somebody called Alexis. What is his confession? I perform silent repairs without the owner's permission. Oh, are you charging them extra for the repairs, or are you just repairing it and not telling them? And is that your way of doing a good deed? I need to see what it is you are doing, my friend. Alexis saying, to start, I know I have a problem, but these acts give me great joy. So it sounds like he's doing good, in all honesty. Sometimes I find things that don't work in businesses and public areas, and it really gets to me. I can't stop my brain from working on the fault, so sometimes I come back and repair or replace the parts without talking to the owner. A few examples are, I once missed half a movie at the cinema because I had disassembled their faulty hand dryer and locked myself in the cubicle to clean the sensor and blower. That's brilliant, mate. In my local town, one of the flashing lights at a pedestrian crossing was hanging off its holder and the bulb was faulty. I walked down at 3 o'clock in the morning with my ladder and toolkit, replaced the bulb and refitted the light. You sound like you're Batman, innit? You're like Robin Hood. Robin Hood, but you're fixing things for people. The mysterious fixer. What has Alexis also done? I've replaced faulty bulbs in public toilets with LED. You must have some good money, mate. LED strips flashing on local coffee shop signages. He's replaced the LED drivers. Rewired plugs on heated seats in motorway garages. Okay. And the list goes on. Friggin' hell, mate. I wish you lived here in England. I don't know where you are. Can you come over here and fix half of my stuff? I can't describe the dopamine hit I get from this, especially when I return at different times after repairs and the devices are still working. I usually carry a screwdriver and a bit set along with a multiple amp fuse because sometimes it's just the simple things. That's brilliant. Well done to you, mate. You're doing good in the world, aren't you? You're just fixing things that people can't be bothered to sort out. You've done it. Imagine being like the owner of the shop and finding out that your LED starts working again, you'd be like, hey, that was flashing. I don't know what's going on there. That's crazy. But what if you're in the cinema? Imagine you're in the cinema, because I know these kind of reports get reported anyway. So the faulty hand dryer and the sensor's not working or whatever, and then they obviously put it through to repairs. The guy from repair will go there, see it, and go, no, it's working. What you guys on about? Oh, that's mental. That's brilliant. I love that. I love people who do things on the silence. There was another one quite similar, wasn't there? I'm sure I did it. I think it was a weird news story, and there was a guy who just went round his town fixing things, or he put money in places and people found it and he wouldn't say it was from him. It was something like that, and it was a couple of episodes ago when that happened. So, mate, that is a great confession. I hope you've got a superhero name for yourself. Because you put I perform silent repairs, maybe you could be the silent repairman superhero or something like that. I love that though, mate. Thank you so much. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm kind of like that. Well, I don't mysteriously fix things. What I do in the gym, now everyone in the gym is, I say everyone, not all of them. There's a couple of people who are just too lazy to put their own weights away or moving equipment that they've finished using, like a bar, a Z bar, or a weight bar, you know what I mean? Or even weights on the floor. I'm one of those people that I will go round and I will fix it. I will just grab the weight, put it where it's got to go, move the bar, especially where I'm training. It does my head in. I did it today. I noticed the dumbbell rack was like all over the place, and all the weights were in different places. I ended up moving them, putting them there, you know, and in my head I'm thinking, well, at least the trainer or the staff at the gym, they don't need to do it now because I've moved it for them. I know it's nothing like what Alexa's done, but it's I suppose it's very similar. So yeah, you could call me weight man or waste man. So I'm actually wearing a hat while I'm recording this. I don't know why I put it on my head. It's supposed to be one of those Kangol vent air caps. Now I've got one already, and I found another one on Vinted. I don't know if you guys shop on Vinted. I do like Vinted, but it can be a hit or miss. So I saw this hat. It's a black Kangol summer hat, and I thought, yeah, that's alright. That it's not bad, is it? And I paid like 12 quid for it. Now, I'll be honest, I should have read the reviews of the seller. I didn't do it. I just thought £12. She had it for 15. I say she. Could be anyone. She accepted 12 quid. And I thought, yeah, that's alright. And it 12 quid. Might as well buy it. It took over 3 weeks for it to arrive. And I was thinking, where the hell is my parcel? It's taking ages. If anything, it shouldn't take more than 5 days. Especially if Every's delivering it. Do you know what I mean? Only arrived, and then I read back on the seller's comments from other people that I bought stuff from them. And some people were saying, not as described, possibly counterfeit. And I thought, oh, it is counterfeit. That explains it. That's why it took so long to come. It's somebody in China who's got, I don't know how they got in a UK account. And they're just selling stuff, or it's a UK seller buying stuff from China cheap and then just getting them to send it to me. So I opened it up and I was like, friggin' hell, this is not real, because I compared it to my original one, which I paid 4 times much more money than this one. And I was like, it's hard to tell, because if it is a fake, it's a very good fake. Like, they look very similar. Yes, the material is slightly different. The design is slightly different on top. But it's very hard to tell. Now, the label itself, the Kangol label, is identical to the original. But it doesn't have the care tags, you know, how to wash it, dry it, blah, blah, blah. Now, my original one's got like 5 labels on it, whereas this one hasn't got anything. It's in Chinese. It's written in Chinese. So that obviously gives it a big a giveaway, doesn't it? It's a massive giveaway. This thing is counterfeit. So I raised it with Vinted, and they were like, right, we'll contact the seller, we'll sort it out. And then the seller didn't apologise, said I can return it back. And then, because of the hassle, I thought, I can't be bothered. I'm going to have to wrap it up, walk down to the box, put it in the little frigging delivery box. Then it's going to take, I don't know how long it's going to take for me to get my money back. And I thought, it ain't that bad. I showed my family, so what do you think of this cap? And they went, yeah, it's all right, it's okay. And I said, it's fake. They said, we can't tell. I said, oh, no, I might as well just keep it. So after all that palaver of me waiting and hearing back from Vinted, telling them it's a fake item, they decide. After all that, I just decided to keep it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh God, I tell you what, there's a lot of stuff wrong with people out there. Let's do Am I an A-hole? Am I an a-hole? Am I an a-hole? Says Milf Bottle. Milf Bottle, are you an a-hole for not cancelling my baby shower an hour before it was due to start? Oh, is she? Now, I'll be honest, guys, this is a very, very long post. So, let's get down to it. And I believe it's going to be about 10 minutes to read the whole thing. So I hope, Milf Bottle, it's worth reading. Let's find out if you are an a-hole. She's a 27-year-old female. Happy birthday. She's heavily pregnant and also a wedding planning at the moment. That can't be more stressful enough. Her friend, Jess, who's 34, a female, happy birthday to her, who is also one of my bridesmaids, and her husband, Josh, a shout out to Josh, asked in February if they could plan and host my baby shower because Jess loves planning events and also was struggling with her mental health at the time and wanted something to look forward to. I agreed, as I thought it's a very sweet idea and one of the less things on my plate on top of her wedding. For context, Jess and I have kids around the same age who went to daycare together. That's how they met. Cracking. Now here's the important context, says Milf Bottle. Around this time last year, Jess and I had a falling out due to her cancelling a catch-up we had planned an hour after we were meant to meet. While I was waiting there with my kids, when I asked if everything was okay and what's happened, she avoided responding me for weeks and refused to communicate. I tried multiple times to discuss things with her and she would just stop replying and posted snarky posts on her Instagram story about what friendship should be. She reached out in October last year to rekindle things and apologised for her avoidance and all that, and promised she would communicate better in the future. Jess also has a condition where she has fluid in her lungs and it can impact her breathing. Oh dear. Jess was super excited to plan it. She bought backdrops, serving items, decorations, all that stuff you get from Temu. I organised all of the food for it and made cupcakes, etc. She offered to host it at her house because it's bigger than mine and easier for her to set up the decorations. That's a nice friend if somebody wants to put a party on for you in their own house. I saw Jess the day before the baby shower and we ran some errands together. Things were absolutely fine between us. Come the day of the baby shower, which was a Sunday, the baby shower was due to start at 2 p.m. I was getting there around 1 p.m. to help set up and bring the food. So around 9 o'clock in the morning, getting ready, finalising the food and all that jazz. Around 11 o'clock, let's have a look, Jess rang me up saying she woke up with a very sore throat, has taken a COVID test and it all came back negative. I asked what I wanted to do. I said that if it's just a sore throat, I'm happy for it to go ahead, but only if she's okay and also happy. She assured me, aside from the sore throat, She was fine and happy to go ahead with the baby shower and would love to keep her distance just in case. Now, her husband, Josh, was not at home at that time and would be home soon to help set her up. At 12:20, I got a text from Josh asking if I could go to their house earlier because Jess isn't coping. I rang Jess and asked what's going on. She said she's having a lot of shortness of breath and really needed to take it easy. Her mum was there to help set up because she was struggling. She'd be okay if she needed a little more help to set things up. I was still preparing food at this time and I told her I'd be there as soon as possible and would also ring my auntie to see if she can get there early. She told me Josh also wasn't at home. He was meant to be back like an hour prior. At 1 p.m, I was loading the car about to head to her house. Josh rang me and asked if we could move the baby shower another weekend. Because there isn't enough time to decorate. I explained we've got family coming over, we're travelling far, we will already be there, and had lots of food that I had to remake and buy if we pushed it back a week. The family also took off work for this, so I thought, surely with me, my aunt, Josh, and Jess's mum, we can get the decorating done within an hour. I arrived about 5 minutes after the phone call and the house was a complete mess. It has not been tidied, ready to host for an event. There's a really strong odour as we entered and there were boxes of rubbish in the entry. Rubbish and clutter all on the kitchen benches, dining table, entertainment unit. So before we could start decorating, we had to clean the house as best as we could. Jess was in her bedroom. I knocked to see how she was doing. She didn't look very well and hooked up to a blood pressure machine. She explained she's pretty much bedbound and really low blood pressure. She was way sicker than anyone had explained. At this stage, it was too late to cancel or push anything back. I was confused at how this got so severe so quickly. The baby shower apparently went on. We did manage to get all the decorations done. There was a few left over. I wasn't sure what to do, but anything we didn't use, we left it in the packaging so they can return it. She wasn't going to use them for something else because I'd left this in her hands. I didn't know what was going on with the games or really anything because she planned it all. My aunt ended up asking Josh if there's anything. Jess has bought a whole bag of prizes for it, which then she asked Jess printed out a few games. Oh, this is a very, very, very long post, guys. At 3:30, what happened at 3:30? At 3:30, Josh came up to me and told me he's heading out because he had a quick job. I was a bit confused because his wife is sick and bedbound, and there wasn't going to be an event in the house. Also, they have a son who's leaving her to take care of while she couldn't even stay awake. But anyway, things went on. The baby shower ended. The guest helped me pack up as much as we could. I went to speak to Jess once it finished to check in with her and asked if she wanted to take her son home. And we could feed him dinner and Josh can pick him up afterwards. She said that would be great. So that's what she did. Now, that night I messaged her asking how she's feeling. She replied the following day she wasn't doing great, her lungs are bad, she couldn't breathe, and asked how the baby shower went. I was given much stuff from the baby registry. I replied saying they get to the bottom of it because she seemed to get sick very quickly. I also mentioned I was surprised to see Josh went to work considering how sick he was. After that conversation, my auntie said, I think Jess was not feeling well the day before. Josh suggested the hospital. She refused, which was a huge shock because she said she had only woken up with a very sore throat. I texted Jess saying, hey, my auntie Josh said that you were sick on Saturday and he wanted to take you to the hospital, but you seemed alright the day before. Jess read the message and 4 days later sent me a voice message saying she explained on Saturday she went to the trestle tables from her mum's house and started feeling unwell and could feel she was coming down with something, but got an early night to sleep it off and see how she felt in the morning. As it was Sunday morning, Josh suggested we go to hospital. There is probably another 10 minutes of this, guys. Right, guys, this post is probably the longest post I've ever read. Now, I'm not sure if MILF Bottle is an author or just loves chatting. She's obviously included all the details in it, but I can't read all of it, unfortunately, because I don't have all the time. I honestly asked Chat LGBTQ to just summarise it. And it done it in a very short phrase. So, after everything we read, ChatGPT has written, after my baby shower, I found out Jess has been sick the night before and was urged to go to hospital. Before the event, which wasn't what I originally been told, I realised we could have moved the shower elsewhere, baby shower, if we'd known how serious it was, but I chose to let it go because she was genuinely ill and still put a lot of effort into hosting it. I sent her a voice message explaining, but she never listened to it and gradually stopped speaking to me while remaining active online, which is very strange. She then made comments in my bridal shower group chat about the money she spent on the baby shower, which came across as resentful despite never raising an issue with me directly. Already, you are not the a-hole. I asked her to communicate openly if she had a problem, instead of giving me the silent treatment. She replied with a thumbs up. Left my bridesmaids group chat and I blocked her. Since then, she's been posting passive-aggressive social media posts about friends playing the victim, twisting stories which seem to be aimed at me. It definitely was. But she never actually explained what I did wrong. So after all that, that's literally what the story is, guys. I don't know how to take this. To be honest with you, it's all a bit strange. Now, she obviously does have some underlying health issues. You've been a friend and you've been tried to support her. She's obviously tried to do it back to you. And maybe she was sick. When you're sick, you don't want to do anything, do you? We've all been in that boat. You don't want to do anything for anyone. I don't know what it is, what she wants. Did she want attention off you? Did she? It's a bit bizarre. And I don't know what to say because it's such a strange story of how friendship can become bitter. I don't know what the word is, but you know what I mean. MILF Bottle. This is mad. Honestly, this is the longest Am I the A-hole I've ever read out, and I'm glad I got Chat LGBTQ to just summarise the whole thing. Otherwise, I would be here for another 30 minutes. Now, to answer your question, are you the a-hole? You obviously know that you're not. Is the friend one? I don't know, because they were ill and it just seems a bit bizarre. It's just very bizarre for me. In all honesty, next time, if you ever have another baby shower, do it yourself. Just do it. If you can, do it yourself, man. I don't know, man. If there's a family member, get them to do it. Don't rely on a friend who you know is poorly anyway. And yeah, I don't know what to say to you guys. If anything, I don't think you're the a-hole. I mean, I don't think your friend is, but they are acting like they are. They're an a-hole for posting stuff on Instagram and saying stuff on a group chat. That is an a-hole manoeuvre. But, oh God, it's such a hard decision to make. I'm going to say no. You're not an a-hole. Is your friend one? I don't know. Because that story was so long. Like the longest story I've ever done. You're not going to believe this. We haven't got time to do British problems. Or shall I do it? I think you guys will be like, just do it. We don't care. We've got another 10 minutes drive till I get to work. Or you can always pause it and come back and listen to it. So if you want, pause it now and let's do a British problem. It's British problems from Reddit, as always. Everything is from Reddit. Why not? This one has been posted by somebody called Resonan Magneti Zanazini. And I think that's how you pronounce the username. Let's just call him Rezo. I like that, Rezo. That's a great name. Right, Rezo has a British problem. I don't know what it is. Something to do with parks. Let's see. I've just got the chance to walk through one of my favourite parks after years of closure and millions spent in redevelopment, and it's full of drug users already. For that, we've got to play it again. A park that's been shut for years. Millions of pounds have been spent on it, all for it to be full of drug users. That is a British problem. Unfortunately, parks in United Kingdom have this issue. We've got younguns, youths, whatever you want to call them, scallywags, whatever you want to call them, hanging around. There's a park by my house where I live, and I've been reading the local Facebook groups about it, and people are saying that bikes are being robbed. Bicycles. If you're going in there and you're having a nice little ride, you will definitely approach the group, and this group will just take your bike through knife point. Unfortunately, this is what happens. And yes, I've been to parks. I've seen drug users in the park. I've seen needles in the park. It's not a nice thing to see. This country has changed a lot. And I'm guessing it's not just this country. I guess there's a lot of places in the world that are very similar. But Rezo is saying, I spent most of my teenage summers chilling here with my friends. Lots of fond memories. It's been closed since around 2021. Spent millions on it to modernise it. Landscaping, long needed repairs. Honestly, it looks absolutely beautiful. I bet it does, mate. You need to let me know what park it is. So it reopened a couple of weeks ago, and I finally had a day off from annual leave to go and have a stroll. Within 20 minutes, I've been called oi 3 times. I've been started on twice. Oh my God. Almost tripped over someone off their face, and God knows what. I've just been fist bumped for having a nice tattoo, who couldn't decide whether to fist bump me with his can of beer or his hand or his joint cannabis. At least it was pleasant though, I'll give him that. That's hilarious. Rezo, man, been waiting for this park to reopen just to be greeted by drug users, alcoholics, and kids who keep saying oi. That's a major British problem we got. How do we solve this issue? I really don't know, mate. Honestly, I don't know, man. There's loads of parks where I live. There's a field by my house. And the problem we have is the dog walkers don't pick up the dog poo. And it gets on my nerves, but it's not a park, it's like an open field, which the government are thinking of building a school on, and I don't know how good that's going to be. It's going to cause traffic, I know that for sure. But, oh mate, this is a problem. If you have a problem in your area with parks, wherever you are in the world, please let me know. I would love, I will read it out. If you have got any stories you want to tell me, yeah, just tell me. And Rezo, I don't know what to say, but that is a massive problem. Right, I'm going to move on now because this podcast is probably the longest episode I've done. I'm not blaming any blamers, but yeah, let's do the weird news. The title got to me straight away, as it does. You guys are not going to believe today's weird news story, if it's true. A school hires the first sexy robot teacher as an adult doll. Linked firm begins a classroom takeover. It's a sex doll which has been made by a company for adults, obviously, have now used that technology to turn it into an AI teacher. This is scary. Imagine what parents' evenings would be like. Especially for the single parents, the dads. Or the moms in it, you never know. So a sexy humanoid robot is set to start teaching at a school and help pupils in the classroom when they return in the autumn. The Salamanca City Central School District in New York is poised to become one of the first in the US to put a humanoid robot into a working classroom. Now, leaders insist it will not replace real teachers, but it acts as a learning support for students and staff. At a board meeting last month, the rural Cattaraugus County District agreed to buy the robot from the tech firm Realbotics. They are the people that make these sexy dolls, along with an AI teacher assistant program that lets students interact with an avatar of the robot on the laptop. This development in a working school district represents a landmark moment for both AI and humanoid robotics, said a Realbotics chief executive, Andrew Keigwell, who confirmed the company is currently building the robot. The Salamanca marks the beginning of a new era where humanoid robots and AI will assist the tools in STEM education. Now, the female robot is named Sally, designed with a lifelike appearance, including silicone skin and long brown hair. It will sit stationary but can move its upper body and full array of facial expressions. I wonder if it can do a pole dance. Nevertheless, the sexy tag has stuck behind. Realbotics traces its roots to Real Doll, which is a maker of ultra-realistic adult dolls. Additionally, critics say Sally's silicone skin and stylized look will resemble the firm's companion robot design, despite the classroom model being strictly for educational only. Oh my God, he's going to be teaching sex education. I'd love to know that. Keigwell said pupils will log in using a unique ID code so Sally can access learning data and offer personalised support. They'll be able to say, "Hey, I'm student number 1234, and then the robot will be like, "Hey, we were talking about this yesterday. Do you want to continue the conversation?" Salamanca plans to introduce Sally and the avatar into high school AI lessons using a curriculum developed by Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, with hopes of expanding if the pilot works. Superintendent Mark Beeler said many schools are taking the easy solution of simply banning it, but I found out that students will find a way around most rules that schools put into place. I also believe it's critical for schools to teach proper use of technology, not simply exclude it. Students will be able to use the avatar outside of class for homework help. Imagine how many boys out there would want this help. Including uploading photos, feedback, and real-time translation in 100 languages. Unlike other Realbotic robots, basically unlike their sex dolls, it will not use facial recognition or recording. The district said Sally will run on a closed system not connected to the internet, and Beeler said that the robot is trained to say, "I don't know," to avoid errors. Realbotics also flagged terms such as suicide, self-harm, and it would alert administrators. They did a demo when it told about bullying and revenge, replied an avatar. The best next step is to tell a trusted adult at a school right away, like a teacher or a parent. It cost about $57,000 US, which is around 45,000 British pounds, discounted from a website, starting at £74,000. However, the plan has sparked online debate, especially as the district serves around 1,300 students, with 32% identifying as an American Indian. I wonder if they want them. Local parent Ciara Abraham said, "We already have so many issues in our community involving environmental issues. I just don't understand the concept of adding AI onto it." She's right though, isn't it? How would you feel if your child was being taught by a sex doll? Oh, mate. Imagine you could take it home for homework. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? But that is the world we live in, unfortunately. That's the way things are going, man. Crazy, absolutely crazy. That's why it is a crazy little thing called Lovdev. Guys, end of the podcast. It's been a long one, but hey, we got there in the end. Thank you so much. Remember, you can buy me a coffee. Head on to my Buzzsprout. There is a link. Buy me a coffee. Couple of dollars, pounds, yen, zen, whatever it is you use out there in your currency. And yeah, keep me a happy man. That's it for now. Take care, folks. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.